If you want to divide these four elements into the broad elements of actus reus and mens rea, we are going to have a touch. This is a physical thing, a touch. Then a forcible touch, for that matter. And then the fact that the other person did not give his consent. So these ones will constitute the actus reus. Then your intention of touching the person becomes your mens rea or your mental element. All right. It is a very relevant and technical question. His question is that when a person goes to the police station to report a case of assault, after taking his statement, the next thing the police will do ordinarily is to give him a police medical form to go to the hospital. Now, the indication is that, or the philosophy is that once you claim you have been assaulted, everybody thinks that you have been brutalized or you have been physically injured. But we are learning today that it is not every assault that involves even a touch. So when somebody runs after me in an assault without actual battery, which I'm coming to explain to you shortly, the person didn't reach me, he didn't get me, he only ran after me and caused fear in me. So when I go to the police station and say somebody has run after me for 30 minutes, it took the intervention of Angel Gabriel, he would have smashed my head. So does the police have to give me medical form? Medical form to go to the hospital to do what? To check that there was fear in my heart. Are they going to check my heartbeat, or they are going to check my what? Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. After we have finished dealing with all these things, you would see whether that practice is relevant in every case or in all cases or something. So please, this is assault and battery. Now let me say a few things before we move to the next one. Because this assault involves a touch of the body, the presence of consent on the part of the victim would render or to undermine the actus reus, to undermine the criminality of the touch. If you say that the person consented, so I slapped you, we went to court and said, oh, he said I should slap him. He said for some years he has not received a slap, so I should give him one. Then I slap him. Now, let me say this before we proceed, that as far as the element of consent is concerned, a person cannot give his or her consent for bodily harm or injury to be committed to him. Take this and take it very well. So that if I ask you to cause injury to me, the law is that that consent is inconsequential. That consent is, I mean, it doesn't give you the right to go ahead to do it. So when somebody consents or gives the consent for you to do something to him or her, you cannot go to the extent of causing physical harm or injury to the person. I mean, we are human beings. The law plays what I call a paternalistic role. When we say paternalistic, it means that the law is behaving like a father. Okay? Those of us with children, when you see your child voluntarily playing with fire, one, the child knows that the fire can burn him, but he is playing with the fire. When you see your child in this situation, would you say that, well, your hand is for you? So if you want to hurt yourself, go ahead and hurt yourself. Would you allow your child to hurt himself or herself like that? Why? You are a father, so you are going to stop or prevent your child from engaging in any conduct that will hurt him or her. In the same way, the law, particularly the criminal law, plays the role of a father and ensures that a person cannot just say, kill me or cause injury to me. So when you look at the case of Comfort versus the Republic, Comfort versus the Republic, 1974, two Ghana Law Reports at page 1. The victim went to the spiritualist, who was a prophetess. And the spirit came upon the prophetess. And the prophetess said, I see that there is evil spirit worrying you. So we have to exorcise you. You understand? Exorcise. To exorcise means to cast out an evil spirit from somebody. So as all of us will do, the victim humbled himself for the exorcism. Now, in the course of the session, the prophetess kept on beating the victim's head with something, hitting her very hard. Then later it went to the police station. You have gone for a spiritual help and you have sent your prophetess to the police station that she has over beaten you. Now, the counsel for the prophetess said, but I didn't invite you to the church. You came to me and said I should exorcise you. So that was consent. The court made it very clear that a person cannot consent for harm to be done to him. So if you are doing anything with somebody, who has consented, you should know the level or the extent to which you should go. You cannot kill the person or do harm to the person because the person has consented. So look at that case well, because assault, especially those that involve bodily harm, are mala in se. You understand that? Mala in se. They are intrinsically bad or evil.